So our next topic, heterocyst. So you know heterocyst, these are some large sized cells and these are colorless cells, okay, and these are seen in the nostoc filament. And these heterocysts, regarding their position, they may be intercalary in position. Intercalary means in between some vegetative cells, or sometimes they may be terminal. Terminal means towards the tip of the filament. If it is intercalary or terminal, so this is a terminal heterocyst, whereas this one is intercalary in position. Intercalary in position. And these heterocysts, regarding their detailed structure, so these are the large sized cell, okay, and their position may be either intercalary or terminal. So they are also surrounded by the cell wall, double-layered cell wall, outer pectin and inner cellulosic layer, and in addition to that there may be mucopeptide, and here you can see on the cell wall there may be pit connections. So these are the pit connections. Pit connections may be seen on the heterocyst wall. So this wall connects the heterocyst with the normal vegetative cell, okay. And this heterocyst, they may contain, they can store plenty of storage material like a cyanophycean starch, cyanophycean granule, etc. So, and they are colorless also. They are colorless because no photosynthetic function. So the pigments, chlorophyll, etc., they are you won't get pigments, and that is why they are colorless, but they are concerned with the storage. So this heterocyst is concerned with the storage, okay. They contain plenty of reserve food materials. Reserve food materials. Then another peculiarity, we can see a nodule. Now this is one pole of the heterocyst and this is the other pole, okay. If it is an intercalary one, so if the heterocyst is intercalary, then we will get two polar nodules. Now these are the polar nodule. What are polar nodules? These are the granule-like structures which are seen at the poles of the heterocyst. Heterocyst, this is the heterocyst cell, and these are the two poles if it is an intercalary one. And if it is a terminal heterocyst, then there will be only one polar nodule, in a terminal heterocyst, whereas there are two polar nodules in an intercalary heterocyst. So the presence of polar nodule is another significant feature, which is a granule-like structure. And this heterocyst is concerned with so many special functions. So first of all, it is capable of storing plenty of food material. Now another important function at the region of heterocyst, see the aggregation, see the connection between the vegetative cell and heterocyst is very weak. So at this region the trichome will undergo breaking, okay. So the filament can break at the region of attachment of heterocyst. So it is a mode of reproduction by fragmentation. Heterocyst region is very weak. So at that region the filament can break into fragments. And so we can say this heterocyst is again concerned with reproduction. So heterocyst, another very important function performed by heterocyst, it is reproduction. So it is concerned with the storage, it is concerned with the reproduction. Then the most important function, it is again concerned with nitrogen fixation. So this nostoc It is capable of fixing atmospheric nitrogen. So it's a very good biofertilizer. So why this nostoc can fix atmospheric nitrogen? The specialized cell heterocyst is adapted for nitrogen fixation. What is nitrogen fixation? You know, the molecular nitrogen, atmospheric nitrogen is converted into absorbable forms. Okay, nitrates, ammonium, etc. So this is capable of nitrogen fixation. So these are the very important functions performed by heterocyst. So heterocyst is a very important structure. Now the next topic, reproduction in Cyanophyceae, nostoc, the type. The type nostoc and the group Cyanophyceae. Okay. Now the Cyanophyceae group, it reproduces by vegetative methods. Vegetative, and also we can say by asexual methods, some spore formation, but no sexual reproduction. So sexual reproduction is totally absent in Cyanophyceae. And the vegetative reproduction, first of all, by fragmentation. We already seen fragmentation. So the filament, the trichome can undergo accidental breaking, maybe due to wind or something like that. It can break at the region of heterocyst into fragments. And the fragments are called hormogonia. Very important term. Hormogonia. So what are hormogonia? Hormogonia are fragments of the nostoc filament. Okay. So inside the nostoc colony, sometimes due to wind action or some other mechanical reason, the trichome may undergo breakage and it will break into fragments. Okay. And these fragments are called hormogonia. And sometimes the hormogonia will increase the filament within the colony itself, but sometimes this hormogonia pierces through the mucilage envelope and it will come out, and then it will develop into a new nostoc colony. Okay, so hormogonia formation also a means for reproduction. So these are vegetative means of reproduction. So fragmentation, and the fragments are called hormogonia, and this hormogonia, it can pierce the mucilage cover and it can come out and develop into new nostoc colony. Okay. And in nostoc commune species, even the heterocyst, sometimes even the heterocyst can germinate and give rise to a new nostoc filament. Okay, so it can give a new filament. So sometimes even from the heterocyst, a new filament, and then a new colony can be developed. Then another means of reproduction is by echinote formation. Echinote. Echinote means it is a special resting spore. So when we examine the nostoc filament, there may be the heterocyst, some large sized colorless cells, and sometimes in addition to heterocyst there may be some other thick walled large sized cells, and these are called echinotes. So echinotes are large sized thick walled resting spores. Okay, so these are large sized resting spores, and these resting spores are formed from the vegetative cell during unfavorable condition. So when the temperature increases, when there enough moisture is unavailable, so when the condition become adverse, this echinote formation is an adaptation to overcome such unfavorable condition, and it can undergo resting period. It contains plenty of reserve food. So this echinote also contains reserve food. Since plenty of reserve food, it can store plenty of reserve food. It has got plenty of food material, so it can remain in the soil and it can overcome the unfavorable period, and with the return of favorable condition, the echinote can germinate and give rise to a new nostoc filament and colony. So that is echinote formation, another means of reproduction. It is a kind of resting spore, is an asexual mode, and sometimes there may be endospore formation. In endospore formation, the content of the cell that will divide and give rise to many spores, since they are formed within the cell, these are called endospores, and they can also overcome the unfavorable period, and on germination the endospore can give rise to new filament. So these are the common methods of reproduction. So only vegetative and asexual methods of reproduction present in nostoc or in Cyanophyceae group in general. No sexual reproduction. So which algal group sexual reproduction is totally absent in Cyanophyceae? Actually it is a group of algae which are prokaryotic in nature, that is the primitive character. Okay, and here the reproductive methods, what are the important methods? Fragmentation, then through heterocyst formation, then echinote and endospore formation. And fragmentation results in fragments of filament called hormogonia. This trichome, we call the filament as trichome, and when it undergo breakage, the fragments formed are called hormogonia, which can develop into new filament and new colony. Then in nostoc commune, there are reports that the heterocyst, even the heterocyst sometimes germinate and give rise to a new nostoc filament. And there are reports of formation of resting spores called echinates. These echinates may sometimes they may occur singly, or sometimes they may occur in chains. Okay, and these are also formed from the vegetative cells during unfavorable condition. And this echinate also, they have got highly thick wall, but no polar nodules and all. They are thick walled structures, and they contain plenty of reserve food, so they can overcome the unfavorable condition, and with the return of favorable condition they germinate and give rise to new. And another is endospore. Here the protoplast of the vegetative cell split into spores, and with the return of condition, favorable condition, they germinate to give new filament. So no sexual reproduction in Cyanophyceae. Now another very important point, see this blue-green algae or Cyanophyceae members are economically important because many of them are capable of nitrogen fixation. So they can increase the soil fertility. And in the case of nostoc, the heterocyst, the specialized cell called heterocyst, is responsible for nitrogen fixation. And there are certain Cyanophyceae like Oscillatoria. Oscillatoria, this Cyanophyceae is without any heterocyst. So even without heterocyst, it is capable of fixing nitrogen also. So Cyanophyceae members are economically very important because so many members are capable of fixing atmospheric nitrogen. That means they can increase the soil fertility. Okay. So that is about the Cyanophyceae or cyanobacteria. So they got affinity towards bacteria, prokaryotic organism, and they also similar to the algal members because they are photosynthetic. They contain chlorophyll, which is the principal photosynthetic pigment, and they are capable of oxygenic photosynthesis. Okay, so that is about blue-green algae or Cyanophyceae. And Cyanophycean member, see there is a particular member called Trichodesmium erythrinum. Trichodesmium erythrinum. It is a blue-green algae, and it can impart red color to the Red Sea. Red Sea. Have you heard of Red Sea? The red color of Red Sea is imparted due to the presence of a blue-green algae member or a Cyanophycean member called the Trichodesmium erythrinum. Then this blue-green algae, another phenomenon related with them is a guide cow phenomenon. guide curve phenomenon. Guide curve phenomenon. Now what is guide curve phenomenon? Guide curve phenomenon means, see, when they receive a radiation of a particular wavelength means, see, the visible spectrum, the long waves red in color, the short waves blue. So it is split into different colors, did you or no? So when they receive a particular wavelength, they can emit its complementary color. So they can emit the complementary color, this blue-green algae, and that phenomenon is called guide curve phenomenon. Guide curve phenomenon. It is an important feature of blue-green algae in general. Okay. So that is about blue-green algae.